It's happening. It's happening. Mitch, clink me.
Good.
Very good.
Not bad.
Too much of it. Too much of it these
Not
last
bad.
7 days.
Spicy.
Hello and welcome to Science Under the Influence. We are your intrepidly intoxicated hosts. My name is Henry, and I'm joined as always by
Mitch.
Every time you just sound like you've just woken up or something. It's like, what? Oh, Mitch. Yeah.
I'm just tuned in.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the preamble.
And we are doing a special bonus episode of this show on Zoom. Because things are weird right now, aren't they, Mitch?
Yep.
Things are so odd right now. The world's been stopped by a global pandemic or something. And
Yep.
the thing is, the episode before this one, I joked a lot about the fact that we might not be able to record the next one live and in person because COVID might get us all, and it's kind of happened. But
So it's your fault, is what you're saying. You were the one who attempted.
I suck.
You're why
This is my bad. Yes,
I've had a toddler in the house for a week.
that's it.
It was your fault.
It's my
Right.
fault. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know where you live. That was brave. Yes, Henry's fault. So Henry declared that there was going to be a pandemic, and here we are. And so
Here we
like
are.
Mystic Meg in the Woman's Day from times gone by, he's decided that this is what's happening. And lo and behold, now I can't go and play on the swings anymore.
That's it. And so, like everything else, this podcast is happening over Zoom. We are
Correct.
having a quick bonus episode right before we start recording these just privately with our guest each time and releasing them. And you may notice that we are guestless this time. Of course, we have plenty of wonderful live audience members here in the Zoom call with us who are all currently
We do. Look at this. They're all
wonderful.
waving.
Yeah, they're
This
all
is
waving.
amazing.
Love them all.
I feel like this is the podcasting of the future.
That's it.
I wonder if anybody
Yeah.
else does this.
I bet no one else does this.
I bet
We're
nobody
the-
does.
I bet we're the
Nobody's
first.
thought of this.
To come up with this idea.
That's true.
But after
Don't tell
this-
anyone, everyone there. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Shh.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, this episode's a bonus episode. It's going to be a bit more intimate. Mitch and I are just going to have a nice conversation with each other, which might be the first time this has happened, just you and me. And I want to say
Very nice conversation.
Yeah, just you and me.
Yeah, it's
We usually have an audience with us, or at least one other person. And we're going to go through a small stripped-back version of this, of the way this game show usually works. And we're going to change things up a little bit as well to make it that it suits two people and two people on its own. So we definitely want to acknowledge what's happening right now around the world with COVID. We want to encourage everyone to please stay home, please stay safe. We'll get through this all together. And I think we've got a show where we don't discuss it any further other than that.
I bring it up a little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
I'm bad at following simple instructions.
No, that's okay.
So it's in a funny. It's not like
That's okay. Well, yeah, we're all good.
It's terrible out there for people.
That's
So
it. That's it.
Stay safe. Stay home.
That's
Everything
it.
else. Hope
Stay
everyone's
safe,
coping
stay
well.
home. I think we should get started. And as always, we shall get started. Well, are you okay?
No, it's fine. That's just,
Mitch is just
it gets me every
corpse
time.
straight away. We're like,
That's fine. All right, let's go.
we're a second into the show. Mitch just corpse for no reason.
That's good.
We're going to start, as we always do, with just the headlines. And regularly, the way this game is played, the two of us and a guest, we prepared 3 headlines each, which are either completely word-for-word accurate or entirely untrue. And the other 2 have to guess if the headline is true or false. We have extended that to 5 headlines this time, because it's just Mitch and myself, but the rest of the game still works the way it does. Every time the person guesses incorrectly, they know. No deal. No deal, Howie. Let me rephrase that. Sorry, our rules are very stupidly logistically complicated. Every time the person whose headline it is foiled, i.e. if I give a headline and Mitch guesses it correctly, then I lose a point and I must take a shot. So essentially we have up to 5 shots up for grabs now in the first, I want to say, 20 minutes of the game. How would Mitch sign dickhead?
It's about right.
Dickhead?
It's a bit right. Huh?
Okay. I was wondering how you'd sign dickhead, but would you like to call it yourself?
Oh, everyone knows that one. That's fine. That's easy. For those of you playing at home, I've just been doing the sign language interpretation on Zoom for what Henry's been saying. Not to be helpful.
All I can see is Mitch's face. That's the option. That's the option I've sadly put myself onto right now. So all I did was just watch him react to me.
Just that old non-verbal communication. I'm ruining it for you. I'm sorry. Are you going first or am I going first? I love the fact that in the instructions for this show that you've sent out, helpfully, thank you for doing those, Henry, is you've said to go clockwise. So
we're going clockwise.
So
I guess it's you.
I don't see anybody else here. I mean,
Mitch, would you like to kick us off?
Sure. STEM students learn as well online as in virtual classrooms.
That is not true though, right? There's this is one of those things where it's they, due to one obscure graph or due to one specific factor, we can confirm 100% that they learn better. Look, I'm going to say yes. This is a true headline. Mitch, what do you got?
Yeah, it's true.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me
over
more?
300 Russian students. They did a study and then figured out that, they had 3 groups, I think 3 treatment groups. One was totally online and another one was a blended learning model, and then another one was all in person. And it didn't make that much of a difference to their academic outcomes, but the students hated doing everything online. So, that sounds about right.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Why? Oh, did you guess
I guessed your thing correctly, Mitch.
Yeah, I know how the show works, Henry.
This is technically episode 7. All
Just putting that out there.
Ready for mine? There it is. No. A robot called Jason called in to the rescue of lost science equipment.
Called into the rescue of lost scientific equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Jason.
Jason.
Its name wasn't Jason.
You're saying it's false. No, yeah. This is a true headline. It's a true headline. Yeah.
Was it called Jason?
His name was called Jason. Yes. You don't have to take okay.
I thought I lost.
No, but it's my headline.
That's how this works.
Yeah, You got it.
Yeah, tell me more. Robots.
So the GNS Science, which is New Zealand's Crown Research Institute for Earth Sciences, they made a call out to the public ages ago being we lost 5 important earthquake recording instruments. They're down at the bottom of the East Coast or something, and we need your help to find them. And then the people were we haven't. And they were oh, shit. Okay, that didn't work. So we are now going to ask Columbia University, because this was a partnership thing, right?
Holy moly.
For their underwater robot called Jason. And so Jason has just arrived in New Zealand, and Jason is ready to go deep sea diving.
You go, Jason. You go deep.
Fuck yeah, Jason.
You go deep. So here's my next one, and I promise that my first headline was the most dry.
Okay.
2 pandas at a Hong Kong zoo finally mated during the coronavirus closure.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is
I
true.
don't know. That's the game.
No, this is true.
You're saying it's true?
I read about this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
yes.
I did.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Not even I'm researching for this. No, this is just I'm just really into pandas. Last episode.
I'm cutting that out.
You, me, and Helen last episode, we spent 5 minutes talking about pandas for no reason. I don't know if
that's
you remember this, but...
No, yeah, that's true. I might have cut it out. But yeah, no, Panda Chat. So I figured
Panda Chat.
Continuing the Panda Chat. I mean, they obviously ran out of everything on Netflix. They signed up for Amazon Prime. That free trial, there's nothing on that. So
nature.
I had to do something,
Nature is healing itself.
Even if that's each other.
Maybe we're the problem.
Cool beans. Maybe we're undoubtedly the problem. We're a lot of the problem. We figured that out.
You didn't have to take the shot, by the way, because you
took
on you can. I'm not going to stop you, but in the game of the
that's fine. I had other softer drinks away. What's your next Henry headline? What's your next Henry?
My next Henry headline is that scientists have discovered an increase in dugong relationships in the last 2 months.
How do we both get animal relation? Anyway, in the last 2 months?
Yeah.
No, false.
Why do you say this?
dugongs don't like to kiss and tell.
You're right, it's false. That's not the reason.
Yes.
It's just because I literally made it up on the spot. But
Okay. Yeah. And you're a liar. But that's rude, so I thought I'd go with the first one.
okay, checks out.
All right, here's my next one. Sex toy sales triple in New Zealand due to coronavirus lockdown.
Is my chair really loud? I'm sorry, I just realized how it could be to the microphone. Audience, is my chair loud? Someone tell me if it is, in which case I'll just stop leaning back.
Say it's really loud. Just not yet. Oh, fuck, yeah.
I feel like it's like more than battered. I think this is false because it's more than battered. I think it's like quadrupled or like 5-tripled.
So I could be quite an insult here because I think that you know that my mother lives in New Zealand, but let's leave it at that. It is triple. It's triple.
It is triple.
Just triple. Yeah. Or tripled. Or whatever.
Tripled.
However they'd say.
Whatever you want to call it.
It's cute little Hobbit language. Anyway, so yeah, triple. 3 times as many sex toys in New Zealand.
That's not bad.
Kiwis getting it done.
Bad. There you go. Getting it done.
Yeah.
All right. Mini fridges found to freeze yogurt solid due to the existence of small freezer compartments.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is this your study?
Yeah, and I published it, so now it's real, right? Like, it's
Yeah. Sounds like the kind of thing you do. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
You're not taking a shot.
Okay. All right. It's fine. What happens? Do you?
Neither one of us do. It's okay.
Good.
We're going all
okay.
right. I have a mini fridge in my room now because of the whole COVID thing, and yeah, I put a yogurt near the freezer compartment and it almost froze solid. So
it is your study. So I was right technically. Anyway. All right, here's my next one. I knew that it was going to be your study. That sounded so Henry. If I read that, I'd be like, I don't even need to see the author. I know who it is. This is a headline. I'm serious. Well, you know, this is the headline. This is the whole headline. Don't ask for any more. All right, here it is.
Okay.
What the heck is this long, hypnotic, stringy thing floating in the ocean? It's the whole thing.
No, I'm with you.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just wasn't expecting it to be a question. I hope it
it's rhetorical.
Yeah.
So you don't need to answer it.
No,
I mean, you need
course.
to answer it in the show, but not that question. Because you probably don't know.
I probably don't. I'm going to say it's true, and I'm going to say it's like a clickbait article, unless it's just something you just like thought up as a question.
No, you're half right.
I'm half right.
It is true. It is true, but it's not clickbait. Yeah, it's this massive thing that they spotted off the coast in Australia, which is a collection of cloned organisms that have a little bit of variation in each one. But they're all tiny little marine life forms called siphonophores, and they form these gigantic. This one was like 43 kilometers across. Looked like a big, UFO-shaped structure. It was unbelievable. Anyway, go look it up. But if you want to look up the article, what you type in is, what the heck is this long, hypnotic, stringy thing floating in the ocean? The clickbait article, I'm just going with it. The clickbait article attached to this was, you won't believe what this long, hypnotic, stringy thing has to say about eye bags. Doctors hate it. That was the other one.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, top one, Mitch.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep. Very nice. All right, here we go. Space lettuce is out of this world good.
True.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a real article.
Yeah. Not that I've had any.
No one has, except unless you've been to the International Space Station, I suppose. Because it's
very
only
expensive, from what I understand.
Grown there. But a study that was published in March has proven that it's actually safe to eat and just as healthy as its earthly counterpart. They grow under LED lights, and they do it with far less gravity, between 33 to 56 days. And NASA's looking at making it a food source for trips to Mars. And that's pretty good.
We're going to need that. We're going to need a whole bunch of hydroponic stuff. All right, here's my next one. Ooh. Scientists have unearthed traces of an ancient rainforest in Antarctica. That was a pause.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
Why do you say that?
I say that because my next headline was going to be roughly 90 million years ago, a rainforest grew to the South Pole.
This is What's That Sound all over again. Yes, it is true. Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
Do you want to say more about it, or do you want me to say more about it?
No, it's almost like the climate changes. You can say more about it if we both had the same headline.
Yeah, we're both copper. We're both copper -1. Then we'll both take a shot.
Copper -1. Cop the L. Take the L.
Cop the L. Take the L. So they found this buried sediment from the seafloor of West Antarctica. It was under all this ice. And the bottom 3 meters of this 30-meter-long core are traces of roots. What? So they think this belonged to the Cretaceous period, that there were temperatures from like 20 to 25 degrees maxes, 13-degree averages at the South Pole and Antarctica, which is insane.
That's enough for trees.
Yeah. Now, it also shows that there must have been heaps of atmospheric CO2, right? Because that's how it would have maintained itself. But yeah, shows the importance of ice and analyzing our past. So cheers to ice.
We're just in the chat, mulligansflat.org.au is a great place to send a bit of cash. They do some amazing work. I know some people that work there. But yeah, absolutely wonderful to see that. So yes, if you do feel like spending a bit of your drinking money somewhere else, then mulligansflat.org.au. Help the betongs, help the echidnas, help the quolls, help the other stuff.
This isn't even sponsored. This is just Mitch already just like shouting at other people for some reason.
It was in the chat. I think it's nice. Like I'm happy to back the cause.
No, Mulligans are wonderful. Did a video with them recently.
Great
it's
people.
Going up soon, so y'all go see that.
It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, Mulligans, that's the time.
Was that 5 each?
That was 5 each, yeah.
Great. So both of our last headlines were about Antarctica. The same thing about Antarctica, nonetheless.
I know.
Brilliant. So at the end of that, I am sitting on -3, and Mitch, you are sitting on -4. Look at that. A close game so far. No one's run away with it. And if people are drinking at home, and they're like drinking whenever one of us drinks, then they're dead at this point. I can only assume. I don't know. Like,
maybe you should pick a side. Decide who you think is going to like be kinder on your liver, or worse, depending on what you're after.
Who do you trust more, Mitch, or less, Henry? Like, it's as easy as that.
Yeah, votes in the chat. Just leave an M or an H, depending on who you're going with, and that's because we'll check at the end how drunk you are. We'll come around individually and Zoom you.
We'll knock on your doors, because that's safe right now.
That's totally safe.
Yeah.
The next segment is called...
What's it called, Mitch?
Right. It is called The Sounds of Science.
The sounds.
I can probably drop the jingle in there, but yeah. The Sounds of Science. So, each contestant provides audio for the other people to listen to, and then it can be from any field of science or anything vaguely related. The others then have to try and guess what the sound is. So because this is such a tricky thing, if you get it, you get 5 points. And it's got to be decided whether you've got it or not by the person who played the sound.
Yes, and I think we've just like kind of unofficially done this thing where we say that if it's close, they get an amount of points from 0 to 5, depending on the closeness.
Yeah, you can award sort of between 0 and 5,
Yeah. Great.
You can't. The golden rule, the categorical imperative of the Sounds of Science is you can't be a dick about it, as we've established.
That's it. You can't be a dick about
Can't be a dick about it.
Yeah. Not having a sound about rewarding points.
Who goes first? Who's clockwise? Was it you first or me?
Well, I'm the dick about it, so I guess I'll go first. That makes sense.
Play your sound.
I will play my sound, Mitch.
I'm listening.
Hang on, let me just get it to the point I need to in this video. All right, here it is. The magic of really good speakers and microphones, I suppose, comes out now. Yeah, that'll do. What do you think, Mitch? What do you think that noise was? What was that sound of science?
That's like my place this Thursday afternoon. No, eat.
I'm surprised you're not like already thrown to the audience, like your regular gag.
No, I'm waiting. It'll happen. I'll start. Bird.
Okay, you gotta do more than that, or you want to take your like potential 1 point if you're generally correct and
take my pity point. Sounds like bird, but not having a great time or having a very good time.
Okay,
that's my guess. Bird either having a very good time or an entirely awful time.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 point for the bird because it is a bird, but that's it because it's not like it's not an extreme. They're not having a great time or having the worst time ever. It is just a group of king penguins doing vocalizations.
Get out.
Yeah, it's just like 30, 40 king penguins saying the words.
Right.
One could argue
amazing.
It's like an orgy, so they're having a good time, but I would not be the one to argue it. And because of that, you're just getting 1 point.
That's fair. All right, here we go.
You're up.
Audio quality through the roof. This is my sound.
Wow. I have literally no idea. And that may be because I was waiting for something to happen. Like I originally thought that the sound that was on was just like waiting for something.
Shall I replay it for you? Because mainly the doot noise that you can hear. There's a little like...
Could you replay it? Because I don't think I heard the doot noise.
I'll replay it for everybody. All right, here we go.
Oh. Okay. Hypothetical question. If I started by saying this is an animal, would that get me 1 point in terms of
get you
hypothetical? If it was an animal.
Might get you a point.
Okay.
Might get you a point. Yeah.
All right. I bet it's not that now. I bet now it's just something complete. I bet it's something engineering related. You're just pulling some engineering sheet on me because... okay. I'm going to say... it is the sound of, and you can award as little points as you want for this, but I can't get more specific, unfortunately, an animal that has just been shook in some way. Let's say bumped or hit or slapped.
You mean like figuratively or literally shook? Like literally or like
it doesn't
figuratively
have to be,
like it's just discovered
not
its parents and its parents.
Not shaken, the literal thing, but just there's been some sort of force that has attacked them or just bumped them or something in some way. An animal that is reacting to something.
Animal being an animal, obviously. And then that's what you think is okay.
Something an animal reacting to something. I will cop a 1 point is the most I can take from this, I think, if I'm even close. I don't think I am.
No, you know what? No points for you.
No points for me?
Because, and this is, we need to stop doing this, Henry, because people will talk. It was a king penguin.
What? No!
Underwater.
What?
Yeah. So what they did is they strapped a GoPro and a microphone to the back of a king penguin, and they followed it around all day and then reviewed the footage. But it turns out that when king penguins are underwater, and you know me and my underwater noises.
Of course, yeah, that's it.
Was it a penguin when they're underwater, they make... No, it was a penguin vocalization.
What?
Under the water, yeah. When it's feeding, apparently that's what it does. It gets excited or whatever. It's like me when you see Korean fried chicken. It's and just excited, and goes at it. Yeah, so that's what the noise was. It was an underwater vocalization of a king penguin feeding.
I can't believe this has happened.
Double king penguin.
What the fuck?
Yeah. If you had your money on, here we go, yep, collusion, we've been accused. Yeah, that's fair. People will talk.
No collusion, no obstruction.
Yeah. We can barely organize the show, let alone collusion. So
raise your hand if you prepared the notes for this in the last 24 hours.
Great radio, by the way. Yeah, both hands went up.
Both hands.
But I'm disappointed because nobody in the audience did a little sarcastic hand. You're on notice, audience.
That's it.
Figure it out. Yeah. If I look to the right, that's where I'm looking. That's the most of my time looking.
So, okay, before we go to the next segment, I have a proposal for you. And this bit can either be cut.
Finally, Henry, this is how you do it? No.
No, I have a proposal for you. This bit can be cut or not cut, up to you. But what are your thoughts on taking one or two quick shots before we go into it? Just because normally by the time we reach this main point,
I'm definitely going to get another drink. We can have a break. Let's have a drink break for everybody. I think they've been doing it anyway.
All right, quick 2-minute drink break. Mitch gets a beer. I sit here and stare awkwardly at the camera. And when we come back, we take 2 shots. Do you have something to shot?
Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, let's do that. All right, time. I'm going to read I'm going to read your comments. Nice. What's everyone saying? Who's here, by the way? People are here. Hello, guys. Oh, Vikram's here. Hi, Vikram. Shout out to Vikram. What a guy. Oh, yeah. In response to Pat's thing about screen capping Mitch's frozen face for later memes, I already have a screen cap of that. Let me just show it to the camera. Here it is. There he is. There he is. There is Mitch's frozen face. I made a meme out of it too. The whole meme is like, lecturer, Henry, it's your time to speak. What? Wait, are you there? And then it's just a photo of Mitch's frozen face. It's a good time. Everyone's happy to be here. If you need to go to the bathroom or something, go do that right now. This is like a quick 60-second break for this stuff. I'm going to keep reading my notes that I totally prepared in the last week and not yesterday. Uh-huh. I don't know if that's Mitch or his wife doing that. Oh, it's Mitch.
They trick you.
I wasn't sure if it was you or Kiri.
The resemblance is uncanny.
Did Kiri draw that for you, or did you say you were going to get beer and just draw a face on a balloon?
No, it can do 2 things at once.
Why do you have a balloon, Mitchell?
Corona. I was lonely. This is my Wilson.
Mitchell, are you aware you have a wife?
What?
Are you aware you have
It was worth the gag. I didn't like blow up the balloon special. It was one of my toddler's balloons. I thought about it.
Has your toddler experienced a balloon pop yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does he hate it?
Specialty. Yeah. He's not a fan.
Okay.
But he gets over it fairly quick.
But the thing is, if you train him up early, right, to be okay with this, he's gonna be 12. Some kid's gonna pop a balloon for some reason in year 6, and he's gonna not react. I'm just gonna think he's a fucking god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking like that's where it's going, to be honest. He's doing pretty well. How's the chat? Oh, look at this chat. Where's wife balloon and toddler balloon? Fair enough. That's fair enough. A Mitch balloon. I don't even have the marker here. It's a good idea for the next show. Nice. So Henry actually prepared his notes quite a bit in advance today. That's good.
Oh, that's more than usual. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And I haven't...
We can absolutely do that.
I haven't...
Patrick?
What are we doing for Pat?
We're doing Twitch-style call-outs. We can say, we'd be the cool people doing the, if I'm, playing games.
No, calling... Yeah, well, shout out Pat.
Yeah, Pat. Yeah, chat. Yeah, Ash in the chat. Pat, yeah.
Shout out to Pat. He's got a cool hat. But when he wears it, he looks like a... What rhymes with wears it?
You are on your own. I'm leaving this in.
No, I'm done. I'm calling it.
Okay, cool. Is that break time over?
Our break time is over, and you were going
break time is finished.
You were going to get so shocked by this. Oh, I should take a shot with you, shouldn't I? You were going to get so shook by this main story, by the way. Mitch doesn't know what my main story is. I kind of know what his is, just as a general thing. He doesn't really know what mine is. This will be fun.
It's true. Because there's no collusion.
No collusion. No obstruction. Also, if anyone gets bored of hearing me or Mitch speak for 3 to 5 minutes in this next half an hour, go and just give us a quick, sneaky 5-star review somewhere. Maybe iTunes, Spotify. I don't care. Just go do that.
I thought you were going to say unmute your mic so we can hear your lovely
No, don't do that. Well. Don't do that.
Everybody's just plug this show. 5 stars, please. You should tell us about the Mulligans thing. I want to know about that because they're great people.
So,
did you do a thing?
Yeah, I did a fun video with Ranger Andy a few days ago.
Ranger Andy?
Yeah, he's listening right now. And that's going to go up sometime next week, I think. We're looking at how to do this thing called Digivol. It's like a citizen scientist platform to analyze videos and stuff of wildlife. It's pretty cool. Yeah, go check out Digivol if you want to. This bit isn't going to be in the actual video. Digivol. Volunteer? Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, not Digivol, like the small mammal underground.
No.
Digivol. That's a different website. Do you like burrows?
I have poured my cheap Murphy's wine. It is a Shiraz. And are you ready? I'm ready.
Born ready.
All right.
Clockwise, remember?
Yeah, just squeaky chair getting out of the way. All right. 5. All right, next segment. The main one, the big boy. Science under the influence. I'm describing this, aren't I? Holy shit, I blacked out for a second to be like,
so,
Mitch,
you've done
go
this
ahead,
before.
it's all you.
You've done this before.
All right, each one of us...
No.
What?
I'm happy to do it.
No, I got it.
It was your one.
I got it.
It's your one. Good.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's go.
Each one of
Zoom
us...
meetings are so awkward.
Right. Each one of us, Mitch and I, have prepared a story from the last month in science. And we are going to go into good detail about the story for a maximum of 5 minutes. After hearing it, the other person listening will decide if what the story said made sense. If it did make sense, the person telling the story gets 1 point. The person then gets to ask... See, this with a guest, both the guest and the other person and the other co-host gets to ask a question each. But because we're just a one-on-one situation here, I will allow Mitch to ask 2 questions. And with each question, if Mitch believes that the answer is satisfactory enough, the person, I get a bonus point for each question. So
they get a question and a follow-up question.
Yeah. 3 points maximum from this segment, which is quite insane if we think about it, because it's our main segment. But don't worry about it. Let's go with it. And going into this segment, we are tied. I am on -3 and Mitch is on -3. We are going well. We're not going well.
This is good.
Mitch, do you want to start or should
I? I can start if you want.
Okay, go ahead. I am going to put I'm going to turn my phone on and just put the timer in front of the camera, so that's all you can see.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yes. Go.
Alrighty. So, plastic. Oh, you just told me when? Okay.
Plastic.
Was that when?
Yeah, that was when.
Oh, I'm going? Okay. So, plastic, right? To be specific, polyethylene tetraphthalate, PET to its friends,
of course,
is an issue. And it's an issue in more than one way. So, PET, difficult to break down. And even if you do pop it in the appropriate bin and put it out on the appropriate day, it goes away and is then recycled. But only about 30% of it makes it all the way through the process. And at the other end, it gets turned into, recycled carpet and other boring stuff. And, those might end up being incinerated anyway, sort of lower quality plastic products. You recycle your PET. It's black. It's grey. It's not the same kind of shiny, clear drinks bottle material that you had to begin with. So a lot of people they want to help the environment, but they want clear bottles. So problem, 30%. But what if I told you you could raise that to 90%?
I would say
recycling potential for PET.
What? You're crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me more.
Exactly. To recycle 90% of the PET that we currently are just throwing away, appropriate bin or no. And I say, how? I hear you say, how? How can this be done, you madman? We've been trying for so long. Plastics recycling is a big headache. Well, I say to you, bacteria. More specifically, I say to you, enzymes. Even more specifically, I say to you, leaf branch compost cutinase. So this was a wild-type enzyme that was discovered in a compost heap by somebody from Osaka University. And what they figured out is that this enzyme can break the bond between the phthalate and the ethylene glycol, so the ethyl bit. And that breaks down effectively the two major parts of PET. So it can break down the plastic PET into its two constituent parts that can then go on to be reused to make new PET. That's your clear, fantastic drink bottle things. And the way that they did this, they didn't just get the wild type enzyme. No, because it breaks down after about 10 hours of operating, getting through bit after bit of PET. It takes you quite a while, and it also denatures. So enzymes are proteins, and proteins will denature at a certain temperature. Proteins are biological molecules. If you think of like an atom, you wang enough of those together and you've got a molecule, and you wang those together much more complex, and you end up with a protein and an enzyme. It's all folded up. What they did is they looked at the structure of LCC, so that's our cutinase, leaf branch compost cutinase, and they took the structure of that, plugged it into a gigantic computer, and this is somebody else at a company called Carbios, sustainable plastics company. They analyzed its structure, then they punched it through a computational algorithm that found the best, sort of most optimum structure for its stability, and then they came out with an enzyme that was 10,000 times more efficient at breaking down PET, and it can do it at temperatures close to 72 degrees in the centigrade. And if you take that substrate and make it into new plastics, they are just as clear and just as reliable as the ones that you fed in. So what they're currently trying to do, this is a bloke at Carbios. What do we got? Elaine Marty.
Shout out to Elaine.
Another researcher there. Yep, shout out to Elaine. Well done. Somebody else called McGeehan. Who are they? Anyway, doesn't matter. So they're trying to upscale this process so that you can end up with a plant that can recycle hundreds of tons of PET per year. So unfortunately, though, the enzyme can't recycle other types of plastics like polystyrene, your sort of white boxes, and polyethylene, which is another kind of plastic. But it's a step in the right direction. So enzymes, amazing biological molecules, might do some of the heavy lifting to get us out of the recycling crisis. Or we could just get comfortable with the fact that recycled plastic might look a bit different. But hey, I'm not a wizard. I mean a scientist.
Nice. Very solid. I'm giving you a point for that making sense. That's really cool. The thing they're doing, that's really cool.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
My question. Now, can you finish like this title you gave it? The leaf branch.
Leaf compost. Hang on. Yeah, leaf branch compost cutinase.
Leaf branch compost cutinase. You said that the person who came up with this was from did you say Osaka or just the Osaka Museum?
Osaka University.
That's not my question, by the way. That's just me getting facts. Osaka University.
Osaka University. Yeah.
How?
What do you mean how?
How did they discover this?
Oh, so scientists for a long time have been searching for enzymes that will break down plastics. Because one of the things with plastics is no matter how much you think you've thrown it away or you've buried it or you've recycled it or whatever, plastics are incredibly difficult to break down. And naturally, they are virtually indestructible. If you just throw it in the ocean because you're a terrible human being, or if you dig a big hole in your backyard and bury it, it's not going to break down, or it won't break down for a very long time. Even just regular plastic bags, the single-use stuff we used to get back in the old days, would take about 1,000 years at least, which is longer than I've got. Yeah. So fix it. And scientists great people that a lot of them have been trying to fix it for a while and looking for stuff. And enzymes are great candidates.
No, I love
they're
that.
like little biological machines that take one molecule and turn it into something else.
No, that's awesome. I'll give you that. And one more. I don't think it's... Yeah, let's see. Soft plastics. Oh, this is a great question because it like encourages people who listen to do the thing. Soft plastics. Mm-hmm. What's the easiest way to recycle a soft plastic? What's the best place to go to leave your soft plastics, Mitch?
There's a bin out the front. Well, don't leave your house for now and for a while until you're allowed to leave your house again. So just keep storing up your soft plastic. Maybe make a friend for yourself. Maybe make some sort of friend just to keep you company on the dark winter evenings.
Half a point for friendship.
What you can do is take all of those soft plastics down to a replas bin. So they're out the front of all supermarkets in Australia. If you're listening internationally, I'm sorry, we're not all like this. And you can probably take them and recycle them somewhere else as well. And they get turned into like park benches, road base, and they should be turned into a whole bunch more shit, but people are very precious about how their plastic looks.
Nice. I'll give you that.
Rant over.
Mitch, you've broken even. You're on 0 points. Congratulations. Are you ready for mine?
Thank you. The chat is applauding for the record. Pardon?
Yeah. Are you ready for mine?
I'm not sure if I'm ever ready. All right, let's do it.
I'm going to start the timer, and I guarantee you this will not be more than 5 minutes. Because it's not like a 5-minute story, but it deserves its recognition. So I will press start right now. The world is in an interesting place. Everyone's a little bit concerned. Everyone's a little bit afraid. I want everyone listening right now to just take that fear and concern, put it in front of them, hear me say this next sentence, and think everything's going to be okay. Scientists have created a smart toilet that recognizes your butt. Scientists have created a smart toilet that recognizes your butt. Where did this happen? Stanford University is where this happened.
That's amazing.
Full props to Stanford radiologist Sanjeev Gambhir and his lab team. Sanjeev states that this idea of his has dated 15 years ago. Like, for the last 15 years, he's been like, I want a smart toilet. And everyone's kind of been like, that's cool, but kind of funny. And he's gone, well, you know what? I'm now a scientist at Stanford, so this is happening. Study published on the 6th of April in Nature Biomedical Engineering. This toilet analyzes urine and feces, and it monitors for abnormality. For abnormality. Oh, I can't say this word. Abnormalities. Thank you, Mitch. That could signal certain diseases, infection, or even potential cancers. So, here we go. Ready? The toilet scans not just your fingerprint, but also your anal print. Look at that. A photo of your butt is essentially taken the moment you sit in the toilet. And they use it as a tool to match users to their data. No one else will see the scans if you're concerned about your butt getting taken, essentially. And the smart toilet itself is just this assortment of different gadgets that researchers have. Like, they attach, it's kind of like a bidet. Bidets are like the seating part of a toilet. They have a smart toilet in the form of like a bidet-shaped like thing, which then goes on a regular toilet, and you do your business on the toilet. And this bidet apparatus has just all these different gadgets attached to it, and they do different things. They record different metrics. It's the same shape as a regular sitting toilet, so you can just put one on quite easily. And these measurements, they can help indicate illnesses like chronic constipation or even irritable bowel syndrome. Now, the toilet, it can currently test up to 10 different factors. It deploys these, and this is what they call them. It's these dipstick tests which measure white cell blood content, etc., but they call them urinalysis strips, right? Because it's a funny word. And they have personalized data, which data collection, and it allows patients to monitor their health if they have any sort of long-term diagnoses like prostate cancer, etc., etc. There is also a fingerprint scanner, which accompanies the anal print scanner to make sure they match up with the person and the butt, I suppose. But the toilet has Wi-Fi. It automatically sends its data to a cloud-based storage system. Mitch is shaking his head in disapproval. I'm loving this. It uses algorithms to identify abnormalities in the fecal matter and in the urine supplies, and all the data is really secure. They've made sure it's secure data. It's the identified data when it's uploaded to the cloud, and it's in accordance with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, so you know it's important and working. Now, the device isn't perfect yet. Its results aren't accurate enough for daily use, and it's too cost prohibitive for commercialization presently, but it's certainly a consistent data source. And Gambia's team is very much making it better. So either way, it's good to know that in this trying time, people of the world are continually trying to sort our shit out. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Let's go. You got a question, Mitch?
Fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. For getting through that story.
Did that make sense to you?
Oh, yes.
Great.
So you've got a point. You've got a point out of the gate.
Thank you.
This is a shitty invention. I really think that, science is just going down the drain. Anyway, first question.
Yes.
Does it lock if you sit on it the wrong way and your anal print is off, like with your thumb on your phone, and it won't let you in? Is that
so? There is a strong
sideways. Or do you need to calibrate it and you give it both cheeks in several places over time, and then you got to do the other one?
From the reports,
100%. It's at 100%. All right, now it knows.
From the reports, it scans quite quickly, and I think unless you're entirely off, right, it won't recognize you as the same person. Yeah, off the toilet, it won't recognize you as the same person, but it will just set up a different account for you.
I'm just saying, because if I spent this much money on a toilet, I don't want other people using it.
Oh, of course. Also, the website who reported this, who I got it from, was actually the Smithsonian, and they've quoted a lot of different scientific links and journals. This is a whole real thing. My favorite part about this is one of the gadgets, which allows for if you're a dude peeing from and not sitting down, because it's got this dual high-speed camera which measures what do they call it? It's this Euroflow, which is combined.
Because that's a predictor of prostate cancer.
That's it. Yeah, it looks at how fast you pee, how much you pee, whether how the strength of your pee. It measures that, and and it reports back on that too. It's a whole thing.
The old pee flow. Amazing.
The old pee flow.
So, serious question for the second one. Not unlocking your toilet with your butt. Was there any mention, or are they hoping to get it to the point where it can provide any information on bowel cancer? Because one of the hardest things with that is that it's disproportionately obviously affecting older people.
Sure.
And it's quite awkward to put a stick in your poo and then send it in the mail. So if there was an alternative to that for people, even if it's some $15,000 super toilet.
Sure. So you can only, I can assume that they're trying to get this out there as fast as they can commercially as well. But to go more into that, from what I read, this smart toilet has all these different components. It's got pressure and motion sensors, so it makes sure it tests, it keeps track of how long you've sat in the toilet for, to test other things like constipation. The urine anesthetic I mentioned.
How much you look at your phone? Sorry.
That's it. It's
We're all thinking it. Yeah.
It's got an anus camera. It's got a stool camera, right? So no, not anal. It's a camera pointing at your anus. Come on, Mitch. It's a camera pointing at your anus. We've got an anus camera. We've got a stool camera, which looks at your stools. And it's also got quite a few other things it's got a Bristol stool form scale in there, which essentially
Bristol stool chart.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it measures.
Compares it. Gives you a readout.
Compares your shit essentially, and the Wi-Fi.
That's a fun.
So you can only
Wi-Fi compatibility has got me. Whoever hacks that is in for a shitty time.
And so they've got a lot of different things to help analyze how you and what you're shitting. And so you can only assume, and they've mentioned that they're looking at different cancers. So you can only assume that bowel cancer is definitely one.
Well, that should, yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
happy with
I
that.
think you've broken even too.
Thank you. I have also broken even. We're both on 0 points. What a great time.
No score draw at this point.
No score
Holy
draw.
moly. Can you imagine? Holy moly.
I just dropped my pen.
Here we go. I'm just sharing my
Everyone would have seen that
screen.
too.
I'm just sharing the Bristol stool chart for everybody.
Oh, that's smart. Look at that.
This is very important.
Oh, also, I hope no one's eating right now. If anyone's having like pizza right now, I am so sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I think Patrick's eating. That looks like, what you're eating, Patrick, looks like a type 1 on the stool chart. So separate hard lumps. That's severe constipation, Patrick. So that's
Sorry,
good.
Pat.
And then, yeah, I don't know. I think usually, I mean, you can all read and
That's
take
it.
but
Also,
hopefully you're all type 4. Nice, smooth sausages.
that's it.
Soft
Also,
sausages.
I think we'll spoil it here. I think we'll make it official here, Mitch. You were just talking to Patrick. Patrick is going to be the next guest on our show in this COVID.
It's true.
Time of thing. So, Patrick, we're looking forward to having you. It's going to be a great time.
Patrick is an active, wonderful scientist doing some great work. He looks at space.
And that's
there's space.
That's
Look
cooler
back.
than looking at shit, depending on who you ask. Right? So,
That is, yeah. Depending on who you ask.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to having you soon, Pat.
Yeah.
It'll be a great time.
Very
hey,
much so.
Look at that. We've broken even, Mitch. This is great. We're both sitting
it's
on
fantastic.
0.
Going into the final stretch,
the final
home
stretch.
stretch. Yeah. Do you explain this one or do I?
You
do.
explain this one. No, you do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
So,
here's the thing, real quick. Sorry.
no.
My brother listened to to our show yesterday. He's 10 years older than me, and he's a physio in Melbourne. According to him, and this may be true, I just talk too much. So I want to make sure that you explain. I want to make sure you explain the things you do, because we are co-hosting this. You are my podcast partner. And
Podcast
I want to make sure it's quite 50-50 with that. So it's you, Mitch. Say the words.
Okay.
Tell
we don't
us.
want to end up with a Bristol stool situation.
Can't have the Bristol Stool situation.
So, last round for tonight. Last round. Thank you again to everybody for joining us. It's been very beautiful.
Oh, it's been so
nice,
fun.
cozy experience for us.
Definitely.
So, Sci-Lies. For fans of the show,
Sci-Lies.
this is the part where each contestant has prepared a story from any time in scientific history. And it can be true or absolutely false. And we've got to summarize it this time in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
After the summary, the other contestant must evaluate the story's authenticity, and they are asked to ask not one, but 2 questions.
Yeah.
And the person who provided the story can then answer those questions, but they've got to answer as honestly and as genuinely as they can. Even if they're making it up, they've got to say, I honestly don't know. Yeah. So 2 points if the contestant guesses the authenticity of the story correctly, and
That's
2
it.
points to the storyteller if the contestants guess poorly.
Absolutely right.
And then we do that. We both do that, and then everyone gets to go home. Or we
That's
might
it.
have a bit of a chat.
That's it. Because originally...
Go home. What a prick.
The way the first few episodes have gone officially, we've done this where they just say one sentence to describe the whole thing. But originally, we had a chatter of it being like an actual mini story. I want to see how this goes, because if this goes well, we might just commit to the mini story. I think it could be a good thing, because there's just more questions to ask, etc.
Sure. Fair. Yep. Cool.
But,
All right.
yeah, and was it two points or something? Was
2.
2 points?
That's what's on the line. Yep.
Okay. Did you want to present your 30-second story first, or should I?
I went first last time.
Okay,
So
I'll go.
I think, yeah.
Brilliant. Mitchell and audience, you sexy people, prepare yourselves. This is my 30-second story. 2,000 ducks keep a South African vineyard running. It is part of the vineyard's attempts at ecological pest control, biodiversity, and sustainability. It started with chickens, but they were not efficient enough. The ducks take part in daily duck parades at 10:30 a.m., and geese act as their bodyguards. They have dedicated full-time carers and annual leave. When they retire, they live their lives on a nearby island and die of old age. This has been happening since the 1980s.
Ooh.
You have 2 questions to ask, Mitch.
I do have 2.
Normally he'd have 1, but since the guest isn't here, he's taking the guest's 2. What do you got?
Right, question 1.
Yeah.
What are the geese protecting them from?
Okay, you want the answer right now?
That's
or
my
you want to
question.
ask further questions so I can think about this for a bit longer?
You're already playing for time, so this could be a lie, a giant lie, but ducks are excellent at pest control. And
So
you know that I would know that.
Is that your first question?
Get out of my head, Henry. No,
So the geese.
so question 1, what are the geese protecting them for? Question 2, what kind of grapes are they growing?
Okay, so the geese act as the ducks' bodyguards because the ducks have no defense mechanism and are spooked easily. So the geese, when, say, a mongoose or an owl approaches, would hurriedly rush towards said owl or mongoose, screaming real loud to make the geese go away. Second question, what kind of grapes are they producing? Great question, because I just want to add in here real quick as part of this backstory. The ducks have dedicated full-time carers and stuff, but they also have annual leave, so they don't actually eat the juicy grapes when they come out in season. But the grapes they kind of make, well, this vineyard, they're mostly well known for their premium red wines. We're talking Shirazes. We're talking like kind of like this thing over here. And they also do make their rosé sometimes, and they also do make some other things, but mostly premium red wines. Those are your 2 answers.
So it's wrong. I think your story is false because there are no owls in the daytime. And that's one hole I've managed to pick like a savage duck in the wet paper bag that is your story. And the other one is ducks getting annual leave. Like, fuck off. Ducks aren't unionized. There's no like duck industrial relations body. It's looking after duck. Nah, it's bullshit.
Wait,
and also the thought of a duck being afraid of it, pretty much anything. If this is true, right? Because I still remember the Da Vinci bird shenaniganizing from previous episodes. Morning duck parade with geese. That's where you kind of dropped off. But before that, like duck pest control, I mean, it sounds like a very kind of French thing, you know, that vineyards going. And premium reds, I don't think reds are like that hot climate. Something tells me. So, yeah, it's bullshit.
Do you think it's false? Well, that is an absolute shame because this is a completely true story. You want to hear more about this story, Mitch? Let me tell you more about these 2,000 fucking ducks that act on fucking
2,000.
Okay.
Oh,
so
I'm so embarrassed.
I'm going to pronounce this wrong. It's a South African vineyard. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. It's just outside Cape Town. So I'm sorry in advance, but it's called the Vergenootglo Wine Estate. And they've been doing this since the 80s.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, of course I can spell it for you.
Okay, that isn't a question.
Okay. But do you want me to spell it?
No. B. Yeah.
Okay. V. Vergenoegd space Loy. Excuse me.
Okay.
Now, speaking of the biodiversity and pest control, yeah, ducks, they eat snails, they eat mosquitoes, they eat larvae, and they also leave their dung as fertilizer, so very sustainable. And when you mentioned the what was it? You mentioned ducks being leave. Was that it? Was that the thing you were skeptical about? Yeah, the ducks have full-time carers.
I was skeptical about ducks having annual leave. I just want to point out that sounds a bit.
Here's the thing. The ducks have a daily routine. They wake up at 7 a.m. They then march to work at 10:30 and they're home by 4. These ducks are fucking living the life. They have dedicated full-time carers. And the best part is this. When they retire, because like they go on parade every day, even when they're on leave, they still decide to go on parade. When they retire, they get left on the nearby island and they just stay there until they die of old age. This is a real thing. Everyone's real happy. God. And when one of the owners were asked, do you, say, put the ducks in your restaurant menu? The owner replied, verbatim, no, that would be like eating my colleague. This is a real story.
That's 2 points. That's 2 points. I shared my screen because that's the wonder of Zoom, and then showed people the duck parade. And I'm looking at it myself, and I still...
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Duck and marvelous. Marvelous.
That's it. Duck and marvelous.
Yeah. So... My story, now this is, again, we're going to be accused of collusion because my story comes from South Africa.
Okay, that's all right. That's okay.
But no, my story is about
is this Canadian? What are you
lizard. No, it's German. Shut up, Henry. Is about lizard.
Lizard.
Lizard. A new lizard. A newly discovered lizard.
Okay.
Called Smaug.
Okay.
That's not the whole name though. No, it's Smaug swazicus. There you go. So Smaug. That's it? Okay. Yep.
No. I said give us 30 seconds. Tell us more.
Okay. All right. So Smaug swazicus, and discovered in mountainous regions in South Africa. Pretty shy little lizard. Only recently discovered they were confusing it for another one. Also in the Smaug genus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, genus.
That's Is that your 30 seconds?
Yeah, that's it.
What?
That's my story.
That's bullshit. Compared to my 30 seconds, you just took longer to say 2 sentences.
Yeah, it's called effective communication, Duckman.
Okay, all right. First question. How was this? No, sorry. So this isn't actually one of my questions. This is just me clarifying something. What was the name of the first lizard? Or the lizard that was found?
Smaug.
Smaug what?
Swazicus.
Thank you. How was Swag Smauzicus discovered? That was my first question.
Swag Smauzicus discovered. So scientists were actually looking for another kind of lizard, but they found this one instead.
Oh, literally what you just said. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought maybe like the discovery story was a little bit different to just the fact that it like is kind of like a different lizard.
No, yep. They were in the mountains.
Okay.
South Africa.
Can you describe Smaug Smauzicus in physical appearance?
13 inches long, 10 to 13.
Okay.
And yellow bands.
That's at least 2 subways, like fucking.
And armored plates.
Armored plates?
Yep.
What was the thing you said when I was making a joke about Subway sandwiches?
It's yellow bands.
Yellow bands. Okay.
Armored plates. Yeah. 10 to 13 inches.
This sounds like some utter bullshit, Mitch. This sounds like me going, oh, by the way, Mitch, we're doing 30 seconds tonight rather than 1 sentence. You read the memo, right? And you going, yeah, I read the memo.
Yes, I read the memo.
And then you having to drag out 30 seconds. I'm going to say this is totally false.
I'm very glad about that, Henry.
No! Mitch, no!
Because it's absolutely true. Yes! Fuck your ducks! No, it's true. So, Smaug swazicus was mistaken for another lizard in the Smaug genus. Love it. Scientists are the biggest nerds in the world. You fell right into my trap. Right into my rocky crevice in the Drakensberg Mountains, which is actually where it's from. Drakensberg in South Africa, meaning from the German Dragon's Mountains.
Wow.
And amazing. So Smaug barbertonensis was the actual lizard that they were looking for, but they didn't know heavily plated dark brown lizard with pale yellow bands has now been named Smaug swazicus. So this thing, and I quote from the lead researcher, a guy named... Let's just call him Stanley.
Let's just call him Stanley.
Florida Museum Director, Digital Discovery, Dissemination, whatever. They're just little tanks. They hide in rock cracks and put up a lot of their energy into simply being spiky and inedible. Fucking amazing. So yeah, Smaug swazicus. And Smaug, I hear you ask, why is the genus named Smaug? What an excellent reference to The Hobbit. I agree, I say. And it's also because it's the German term Smugan, which means to squeeze through a hole.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Wait, so are you saying that, like, and this is one of my questions because you've got the points already. If someone were to attempt to eat this thing, they would just stop because they couldn't?
Have a bad time. Yeah. You'd have a real bad time. It'd be like trying to eat like a toilet brush.
So, like, wait, so this lizard...
Yeah, it'd be awful.
This Smaug lizard, this Benedict Cumberbatch Smaug lizard would be living its whole life being like, I bet if you tried eating me...
Being staunch as.
I wouldn't be
just
edible.
being a total unit. Just being...
So, like, one day, fucker is going to come try to eat this thing. It's going to be
your
like...
duck comes near my lizard.
It's going to be like, hey, take me. Take my fucking, like, Smaug body. And then it's actually going to eat it.
I was also wrong. Drakensberg is not German as a term, it's Afrikaans. But it still means Dragon Mountains, which is dope. Right? Call your mountains Dragon Mountains, and then you find dragons there. Incredible.
That's what we should just do. We should just start naming all mountains after dragons, and eventually...
Yeah.
That
I've already named my backyard
creature will become existent.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've already named my backyard Hippogriff Alley, so just a matter of time now. They go out there and be like, oh, pork beak. I probably can't say that. We got under copyright. You fell right into my rocky crevice.
Fell right into your rocky crevice, bitch.
Now, the trick is to just appear foolish, and then Henry will be convinced.
There he is. And at the end of that, wow, in like a nice show of global unity... we end this podcast tied. We end this episode tied on positive 2 points each. And that is just as many points as fucks I give about you, Mitch. So that's like...
both of them.
All two of them. And that's really good. I want to thank.
We should check the chat before we go.
Oh yeah, let's check the chat.
Fantastic.
Because I was going to thank them before that, but while this is happening,
I'm thank you so much to our audience who's tuned in, who shared this with us. This experience. We weren't sure it was going to work. Some might say it didn't work, but we thank you all the same.
Hey, it was really
incredibly
fun.
Understanding.
Thank you all for being
and
around
beautiful to boot. Seeing all your lovely faces there, waving and clapping away.
If anyone is listening to this after the live podcast and we're still in the COVID era, please stay home. We're doing really well right now. He says as a predictive sentence, but we'll see how this goes. Stay home.
We flattened that curve like an aggressive bodyguard goose.
Look after each other. Hey, as an Asian man, let's stop the casual racism maybe, just for this time being, as a general statement. But also look after yourselves. My name has been Henry. My co-host, as always,
Mitch.
This has been Science Under the Influence. The next time you hear us, we'll be joined by our good friend Patrick, and we'll see you all very soon.
Love you. Stay home.
Love you all. Stay home. We did it! One episode down. Let's celebrate. Let's drink some alcohol, Mitch. Fuck yeah. Thanks, friends. Hey, that was good.
Thank you so much.
Let me see all of you. How can I do that? Here we go.
Lovely. You click the one that looks like a little grid. Patrick,
look at that. Hey, guys.
Bad sign.
I've only just started looking at all of you, so...
I'm going to go get another drink and then we come back.
I mean, Mitch, you can just leave. We're done. He's gone. Feel free to unmute yourselves. We're done. I'm going to stop recording at this point.